always announced, video and audio taped, as well as posted to our webpage for your view. All of our meetings are public and visitors are welcome. Mrs. Camphouse, would you call the roll, please?
Mr. Atwood.
Present.
Mrs. Ballard is absent. Mrs. Rarica.
Present.
Mr. Taylor.
Present.
Mrs. Cole.
Present. All right, if you'd please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Item 1.04 on the agenda. This is the adoption of the agenda. Do I have a motion to adopt?
I'll move to adopt.
I'll second.
Any discussion? All right, Mrs. Camphouse?
Mr. Atwood.
Yes.
Mrs. Rarica.
Yes.
Mr. Taylor.
Yes.
Mrs. Cole.
Yes. All right, moving on, our normal housekeeping items for this meeting. 1.05, these are the minutes from the regular meeting, June 29th. 1.06, the minutes from the Finance Committee meeting, July 11th. 1.07, the committee meeting minutes from July 11th. Do I have a motion to approve 1.05 through 1.07?
I'll motion to approve.
I'll second.
Any discussion? All right, Mrs. Camphouse?
Mr. Atwood.
Yes.
Mrs. Rarica.
Yes.
Mr. Taylor.
Yes.
Mrs. Cole.
Yes. All right, item 2, presentations. We don't have anything scheduled for this month, so we're just going to move on to item 3, which is personnel, superintendent recommendations. And I will turn the floor over to our superintendent, Mrs. Ronan.
Thank you, Madam President. Under 3.01 resignation, we'd like to thank our former staff members for their years of service and congratulate them on their promotions and their new positions. We do have 4 individuals leaving us: Eric Lawson, Elizabeth Post, Holly Cobert, and Greg Conwell. So I will stop there for a board vote to accept their resignations.
Do I have a motion to accept the resignations in 3.01?
I'll move to accept.
I'll second.
Any discussion? Mrs. Camphouse?
Mr. Atwood.
Yes.
Mrs. Rarica.
Yes.
Mr. Taylor.
Yes.
Mrs. Cole.
Yes. Mrs. Ronan?
All right, 3.02 is employment, which is always more exciting. So I'd like to extend a welcome from the Norwood family to Emily Rohde, who is our new Behavior Health and Wellness Coordinator, Chad Packer, who is with us here this evening as High School Assistant Principal, and Trevor McMullen, who is going to be the High School Social Studies and Financial Literacy Teacher. That's item number 1. Item number 2, these are extended days for our counselors and psychologists who work during the summer. Item 3, these are the first one is a grant-funded position, and also Mrs. Cottrell, who does student data support for us. And they are on 1-year contracts that are renewed each year. We also have our physical therapist under contract, who we need back next year. Our stipend for Mr. Stacy. And then under item number 6, we've had some moves of individuals, as you can see noted, where they were and where they are going to for the next school year. Item number 7, this is for the board to approve the Norwood Police Department and the Hamilton County Sheriff and other neighboring local police departments as needed for various events that we have during the school year. Number 8, a tutoring or home instruction. This does allow staff members to be approved to do some extra tutoring during the course of the school year as needed. And this is especially important around the 3rd grade guarantee and also closing the learning gap due to COVID. Let's see. Number 6 is for OHSAA. If we're in the tournament, these are positions so some individuals could work as needed. We also have a supplemental contract for Reed Flaherty for tennis. Also, 11 is just a correction. This was a new individual that we hired last month in June, but she has a master's degree instead of a bachelor's degree, so we need to get her on the right salary step. And number 12 are our coaches. As you can see, we are filling a lot of our coaching positions. So I believe that concludes my report. Thank you.
Do Do I have a motion to approve 3.02 employment items or sub-items 1 through 12?
I will move to approve.
I will second.
Any discussion? All right, Mrs. Camp House?
Mr. Atwood,
Yes.
Mrs. Rarica,
Yes.
Mr. Taylor,
Yes.
Mrs. Cole.
Yes.
Oh, we should have said, welcome, Chad.
Hi, everybody.
Mr. Gabbard, you're already here.
All right, item 4 on the agenda, this is the Education Committee report, and I will turn the floor over to Mrs. Rarica.
Oh, right, me. Okay, 4.01, we have our crisis response plan that we always make this to provide to the police and to the state to show them how we do everything. And if you want to read it, it's kind of pretty interesting to know what all we need to do when a crisis happens. 4.02 is the student athlete handbook. Is there a
Okay.
vote thing there? I don't see one.
Yeah, actually, there's a vote thing after 4.01.
Okay.
So are
Let's
we,
go back to 4.01.
will that cover them?
It will not. There's
will
not a
not.
vote box after 4.02. So if we could, we'll just make 4.01 and 2 together for the vote box 4.01.
Shall I amend it or?
I think it's going to be fine.
Okay. I move to approve sections 4.01 and 4.02, our crisis response plan, and our student athlete handbook.
I'll second.
Any discussion? All right, Mrs. Camp House?
Mr. Atwood,
Yes.
Mrs. Rarica,
Yes.
Mr. Taylor,
Yes.
Mrs. Cole.
Yes. All right, item 5, Policy Committee report. As discussed last week, we don't have any policies this week. So we'll move on to number 6, which is our building and grounds. Miss Ballard would normally do that. She's not here, so Mrs. Rarick is going to take care of this for us.
We have one request from the Norwood City Council to use the Norwood View Cafeteria for a community safety meeting on August 10th from 6 to 9 p.m. I would like to move that we approve this facility usage.
I'll second.
Any discussion? All right, Mrs. Camp House?
Mr. Atwood,
Yes.
Mrs. Rarica,
Yes.
Mr. Taylor,
Yes.
Mrs. Cole.
Yes. All right, with that approved, we are moving right along to section 7. This is our Finance Committee report, and I will turn the floor over to our treasurer, Mrs. Camp House.
Thank you, Madam President. 7.01 is our financial reports. That's our monthly financials, the CFO report, and change order listings for your approval. 7.02, temporary appropriations for our current upcoming school year. 7.03 is the certificate of estimated resources, the county auditor spreadsheet that acknowledges fund cash balances, sets estimated revenues and limits estimated budgets for the upcoming year, the 23-24 school year. 7.04, the alternate school food authority agreement. This agreement gives ODE notice that Milford Schools will be continuing to run our food service program for Norwood students. 7.05, the exempt and manager salary schedule. Due to a new hire, I needed to get this updated. 7.06, Ohio Coalition for Equity and Adequacy of School Funding. We have joined the Ohio Coalition for Equity and Adequacy for the last several years in order to help further the fight against publicly funded school vouchers, and your approval will continue this for the next school year. 7.07, an independent contractors agreement to provide career coaching at the high school for the 23-24 school year, and this is with Nikki Smith Everhart. 7.08, professional dues for the superintendent and the treasurer for their respective professional organizations for advocacy and training. 7.09, a special education agreement with Stepping Stones for the upcoming 23-24 school year. And lastly, the then and now purchase orders. There's just a couple of purchase orders that need further approval.
All right, do I have a motion to approve finance items 7.01 through 7.10?
All motion to approve.
I'll second.
Any discussion? All right, Mrs. Camp House?
Mr. Atwood,
Yes.
Mrs. Rarica?
Yes.
Mr. Taylor?
Yes.
Mrs. Cole?
Yes. All right, item 8 is the hearing of the public. We have nobody from the public here, so we will move on to 9, which is our report section, 9.01 board announcements. Anybody from the board have anything they would like to mention?
Go to Norwood Day next week, everybody. Woohoo! Also go to the parade.
Yeah, the parade is Tuesday, Norwood Day, Coney Wednesday.
Yes. And go in gate 1, the overflow gate, not the main gate, and you'll get the group rate, which is cheaper than going over. And also, you don't have to pay for parking. And bring your picnic or order it from, is that okay to say? There's a place offering food in town that you can order it from. I don't know, like no advertisement. I don't know. And have a good time.
What else?
Little Indians football has 2 more days to sign up, so get your kids signed up.
Anything else going on? All right, 9.02 superintendent's report, and I will turn it over to Mrs. Roman.
Oh, thank you. And Julie, could you advance it? I'm excited to announce that Norwood City School District has been named one of the best communities for music education for 2023. We got it 3 years ago, and we got it again this year. So congratulations to our incredible music teachers for bringing this honor to our district. Allison Marshall, Jacob Lee, Adam Robinson, Betty Bothwell, Kathy Geller, and Joe Walkett. So we appreciate how they share their gifts with the community. And we've got some pictures on the next slide of the band, our orchestra, and our show choir. So congratulations to us, but thank you to all the music teachers who brought this award to Norwood. And that concludes my report.
Thank you, Mrs. Roman. 9.03 Great Oaks is Miss Ballard. She's not here. Does anybody have anything?
We don't know.
We don't know. 9.04, this is me, the Norwood Community Television Board. We do not have an update this month. So we will move on to 9.05, Legislative Liaison. Again, Ms. Ballard, Mr. Atwood.
No,
Anything?
nothing for this
No
one.
update for this month. 9.06, Avenues for Success, Mrs. Rare.
Oh, I will tell you about avenues, but I was going to say they passed the budget, or did we say that last month?
So that-
Yeah, they did it like that day or the day before. Okay, so for avenues for success, we have our Splash Back to School and Bounce Back to School happening August 5th. And Splashback is 8 to 10:30 at Waterworks Pool, grades 6 through 12. And Bounce Back is 11 to 1 at the middle school campus. And that's pre-K to 5th. The student must be present. The student must be a Norwood resident. And at the Splash, only students may swim. And at the Bounce, it says parent guardian must be present. And the Splash will have swimming, music, prizes, food, and fun. And the Bounce will have bounce houses, face painters, balloon art, food, and fun. And they give you a backpack full of school supplies to every kiddo. And anything else? Check-in beginning at 7:30 for the Splash. Pool opens to students at 8 p.m. That should be all.
I haven't seen the posts on social media looking for school supply lists yet. Have you guys seen that?
I've seen a
You've
few, and I
Will
didn't
we have
jump
that?
on because I do not know.
Yeah,
Yes, I'll make sure it gets posted. The school
Right.
supply list.
okay. Yeah, I just, when you said backpacks with school supplies, I was like, I haven't seen that
Yeah, some
yet.
teachers have posted theirs, but not.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, one teacher did even get on and say, "Hey, here's my
I
list."
think she's from Sharpsburg.
Yeah, she's from Sharpsburg, and contact your teachers or principals to find out if anybody else has a list.
We do have a generic list we can post.
Okay,
Cool. Yeah,
okay.
they are getting antsy about that.
I was gonna say, I know
It's just
the
starting.
retailers are gearing up, that's for sure.
Yes.
I think I saw their stuff out last month.
It's the
Even
most wonderful time of the year.
Yeah.
it is.
All right, item 10, these are future meeting notifications. Our next committee meeting will be here in this room Tuesday, August 8th at 6 p.m. And our regular board meeting will be Thursday, August 17th, again, in
the
this
first day of
room
school.
here, 6 p.m. So do I have a motion to approve the future meetings as listed?
All motion to approve?
I'll second.
Any discussion?
I will not. Either one.
And August 17th is our first day of school for
Yeah,
students.
I know how exciting it will be that day.
Okay, you will not be here. I will not be here on the 17th. So what do? We reschedule?
We could do the
Free,
Tuesday thing again.
We
Huh?
need to get
Well,
back our
are you both of you
Beyond
gonna be on
Zoom and
vacation?
vote thing again.
Landon's got a game on the 19th, so I'm going up for the weekend. I'll go home Wednesday.
What if we do the, what if
So
we
you'll
do
be
the
here
Tuesday
Tuesday?
thing again?
So we could do it the
Yes.
15th, except for you.
Yeah, I won't be here, but if you can run the meeting then on the 15th, okay. 'Cause
So
yeah,
we
I
could
will be
do-
out of
As
town.
long as you
That's
do
the
it
plan
quickly
is for me to go
because
home
third
Wednesday.
Tuesdays
Okay.
are when it's up.
Yeah.
Do a quick, yeah,
Quick
one.
meetings.
Okay, so we are changing the regular meeting to Tuesday, August 15th, 6 p.m.
That'll be good anyway to have it a couple of days before school, just in case.
Yeah, that seems kind of hairy, doesn't it? to
Just
have
in
it-
case.
Oh, yeah.
In case we have to
might
hire
have
someone, we
something
can
come
get
up.
them in before the first day of school, so that would be very helpful.
Okay,
I thought of something. Oh, no.
okay, so we're good then. So committee Tuesday, August 8th, regular board meeting Tuesday, August 15th. All right, do I have a motion to approve those dates?
All motion to approve?
I'll second.
Any further discussion? Oh, I think we already did that. We were discussing.
We
Sorry.
discussed.
It's okay,
All
Mr.
right,
Atwood,
Mrs. Campbell.
Yes.
Mrs. Rarica,
Yes.
Mr. Taylor,
Yes.
Mrs. Cole.
Yes. All right, item 11, this is adjournment. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
I was gonna move, I'll move to adjourn, although there's something I thought of to announce, but I can't remember it already.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
We are adjourned, 6:18. Thank you.